huge move happened up in State College, Pennsylvania last season. Obviously, they move on from James Franklin after like week 5. Game day had been there 3 weeks beforehand, and then there's a massive turnover. Who's going to be their head coach? Who are they going to land? Do they have no plan? What the hell? Then they land maybe the coaching hire of the entire offseason. Ladies and gentlemen, formerly of Iowa State, now the head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. We can't thank him enough for joining us. Hall of Fame coach, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Campbell.
Yeah, coach.
How you doing?
Thanks for having me, you guys. I appreciate it.
Dude, thank you for joining us. I think you caught the tail end there of Pete Thamel talking about the chaos right now happening in all the injunctions. How much do you got to pay attention to that type of stuff? I assume it does affect everybody, especially at the highest level. Is this something you pay attention to every day? Do you have somebody looking into this? How do you kind of view all the off-the-field chaos that's currently happening?
Yeah, Pat, I still think we live in a world where if you start to worry about all the craziness that's going on around us, then I think you can really quickly lose sight of what's going on in your own building. And, it's a unique time, it's a crazy time, but I think when you lose focus of the 18 to 22, 23-year-olds that you're in charge of, then I think you can really lose focus of your team fast. So we've really tried to concentrate on everything here in-house, worry about ourselves. I still think it's about creating team, and the best team still wins on Saturdays, and I think that's got to be the focus in-house, and that's really what we've tried to put our focus on.
Yeah, and I think your answer right there is why a lot of NFL teams wanted your services, and obviously you had been with Iowa State for a very long time. We just had Brock Purdy on. He obviously thanked you for your service to Iowa State. You going to Penn State, the natural reaction from a lot of people was, man, what he was able to do at Iowa State, now he's going to have the backing of Penn State, which has one of the best, I think, sports support systems in all of sport. I think we've learned that through not only going up there, but also watching what they've done. #1 hockey player, basketball, volleyball, you name it, they're going on. Football will do a $700 million upgrade to Beaver Stadium over the weekend. It's like they are all in on sports. So the thought of you having everything that Penn State has to offer, the brand Penn State as a whole, what does that do for you? Are we blowing that out of proportion, that, going to Penn State is a massive, massive opportunity for you to take advantage of what some other schools have been able to do? And how do you view that as a whole?
Well, I think in a couple ways, Pat. I think you, me, AJ can at least understand growing up in this, 4 to 6 hour radius of this area, what the history of Penn State football has meant to the world of college football. And I think before anything else, in terms of revenue and all the stuff that happens, you're in a place where the high school football, 6 to 8 hours around our campus, it's as good as anywhere in the country. And the opportunity to be around a program and be a part of a program that can give a young man 18 to 22 years old the opportunity to chase every goal and dream, not only on the field of football, but off the field, because of the leadership, because of the commitment, and really because of those that came before us ever that stepped on the field and made it really important to play the game of football at Penn State. It's a really special opportunity, and it would have taken it had to be the right opportunity for me to leave what we were able to accomplish and what we did at Iowa State. And we really felt like the value system in this community, in the state of Pennsylvania, in the 6 hour radius around us, that fit who I was, our family, and really our coaching staff, and we're really grateful to be here.
Yeah, I love to hear that, and I think everybody's very excited for you, and it feels like it wasn't a messy exit either, which is normally how it normally goes, and I think that's because of how you've handled it all, and obviously how Iowa State has handled it all, and also you have an athletic director over there who's worn a cowboy collar in Big Ten football, so I don't know how many other places have that. AJ has a question for you, Matt.
Yeah, Coach, obviously I know you've been, on the grind in camp, working day to day for that, but have you given any thought to what it's going to feel like running out of that tunnel for the first time, leading your Penn State squad out on that gigantic stadium? Obviously you have players, it'll be some of their first time as well, but you as a coach, I guess, how do you control your emotions in that situation?
Yeah, and, I think it just goes back to what I said earlier, AJ. Number one is, I think you're so caught up in the present right now, the unique challenge that we're under of creating a team that's ready to respond to real adversity by the time, less than 2 weeks come at us. But I would be remiss not to say, 10:30, 11 o'clock every night, and you look at this expansion and the lights on in this stadium, and there's not even a couple of nights where you're kind of like, you kind of sneak into the stadium and you walk around and you say, look at this place and look how special it is to play in one of the great, the great places to play college football. And We're really fortunate to do it. I'm excited for the opportunity, but I'm more excited to give our fan base in this university a team that can represent the history of this place the right way.
Obviously, you sound like a guy that doesn't need an alarm clock, but what is the morning routine for you? And is the alarm clock, whoa, oh, 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 is that the...
It does need to be that, Pat. I don't need an alarm clock, but I will take that, and we'll make sure that's on repeat here for a long time.
See that? Here we go. Now we're getting better. You talk about being one of the best places to play all of college sport. That is very real. And that song, that DJ, the in-game DJ, I don't know if you've made any changes or are currently looking at all that. Don't. The timing in which they play music and what songs they play makes that place feel alive at all times. Even if on the field it's not going great, they're ready to jump in and actually fight people for you. Now, let's talk about who you have over there. I know you've made your office smaller and obviously trying to change the entire culture over there to be your type of way. You got a lot of people you like. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Coach, first and foremost, I'd like to say as a native of Iowa and an Iowa alum, I was pretty jacked up that you are no longer the head coach of Iowa State, so it was pretty bittersweet finding out you were going to Penn State, and I was probably going to be seeing you every year anyway. But congratulations nonetheless. How important was it for you, bringing Taylor Mauser with you and some of your support staff, and obviously Rocco, not only for, the continuity that you're going to have, but kind of being able to immediately build your culture right away, right when you got there?
Yeah. Well, first, Ty, I'm excited. I am a fan of the show, and I'm excited that hopefully we can get you on our side. I know that's been tough for you, and I appreciate that. I'm a huge Kirk Ferentz fan. I have great respect for him, so we have that in common. But I hopefully we can get you on our side a little bit moving forward. But I would say the continuity piece. You win with people. It's why you guys have had so much success. It's why we haven't been able to have so much success in our past, is because we have had great people in every corner, from our academics, nutrition, strength and conditioning, life after football, to our great coaches that have been great developers of our players, to our players. And I think the uniqueness of college football today, in a lot of ways, we were able to pick up our program and some of the nuts and bolts of what made our program special and just move it over to where we are right here at Penn State. And so I think to have Taylor Mauser, to have so many of those pieces to come in, and that were great pieces of the development of our players at Iowa State, which is, we had to be better than anybody in that just to even compete. To have so many of those staff members come with us, that was really big. And then, to not say, man, to have Rocco here, I mean, what he means, we've been developing an offense for the last 4 years around him, and to be able to watch his growth process and even what he had to fight through last year, some really tough injuries, and how that guy played at the finish of the season through the injuries he had, I think shows everything about what makes that guy really special. I think those were huge advantages for us, and I think it'll give us a great opportunity to build the right foundation as we get ready for the season.
Rocco Beck, son of West Virginia legend Anthony Beck, obviously like to have a little West Virginia tie into any school if they want to have success. You know that, Coach Campbell. Last question from me and for us is, we appreciate your time here today on this college football showcase. You wear a whistle all the time? We got a whistle around the neck all the time everywhere we go?
Not all the time, but we do have a walkthrough here in about a half hour, so I'm ready to rock and roll.
I like that. What are you, soft whistle, double whistle? What is your normal?
Oh no, I'm old school whistle, not one of these new ones that all these young guys got. I'm old school.
Can't get a lot of spit in those ones though. Those ones, you get a little excited. They do get clogged. You don't need that. I know you're not doing that. That's why they brought you in. We don't need any in the middle of practice. People think you're going to lose every game. That is not what you do. You're a winner, man. That's why Penn State got very lucky that they hired you, and I'm sure they're appreciative just like you are, and we appreciate you, man. Have a good one. Good luck out there.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach at Penn State, Matt Campbell.
Yeah, Coach. The worst.
Need the Fox 40 whistle. That's the best.
That's one that's got the little hood on it.
It's a good one I don't know if it's got a hood on it. It's the one that the most NFL refs use, yeah.